Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cuepoints, the mobile DJ podcast. I'm Anthony.
Dude, where are we?
We're not at LIU.
No, obviously not. Look at the what is the meaning of this?
We're not at IDJ now. Will, where are we?
Dude, we are in Ronkonkoma, GVP Studios, and what a kick-ass freaking setup this is, man.
I'd say.
I am excited. So what is going on, man? I mean, we've been teasing this for a few weeks now that we were going to be moving.
Yeah, we actually
and we were going to be doing some big stuff.
We missed a week because we were working on this.
But Anthony sets up really slow, so obviously, per piece, it takes a while. But we are here, man, and dude, and what a week to start this. I mean, we are in the heat of June, and it just seems everyone this month just decided, real quick, we're going to move all of our proms to the first week of June, which they're usually, the 20th, 21st, the end of the month, and just no. We had 3 proms just on Friday, this past Friday alone. It was absolutely bonkers.
This weekend alone, I did 2 doubles.
Yeah, man. So, you worked hard, man.
This is a busy.
It was a crazy time of the year. It was a lot of equipment going out, a lot of on the phone, all over the place. But I'm just so excited we finally made it here, man. And we've been prepping a lot. We've been doing a lot of prep to get here, and so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to give you the credit. This stage
always gives me credit.
All this is all enjoyable entertainment here.
Listen, man. Like I said, we need somewhere to put our stuff. So thanks GVP for storing our stuff during the week until we need it. Appreciate that, Harry.
But no, we're here in the new studio.
Yeah.
This is Cuepoints V2.
V2, the mobile DJ podcast. We're still a podcast because that word has really been it has changed over years, I think.
It's evolved.
Yeah, this ain't no fireside chat, FDR style. You know what I mean? This is full integration, TV studio, moving up on the bar. See what I did there with the bar? Because who do we got coming on later?
I was teasing a little bit. DJ Barr, YouTube celebrity.
Absolutely, man. His
mobile
videos
DJ.
are so good. I know you kind of watch his to get some inspiration sometimes.
Yeah, a lot.
We also have Brett from Pro DJ coming on. Yes. He was on episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Just kidding. Star Wars reference. But so he'll be coming on in a little bit. And
we have a lot in store this time.
We're going to have a review today of actually our set right now is being helped lit by them because this is a lit set. You like how I did that? I gotta stay hip, dude.
The show is lit.
So we're gonna be having a full review of the Freedom H1s by Chauvet. They're the new mini little uplights. They're very cool.
We will be showing those off later on.
But
we have the units here.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a whole new show. So it's gonna be a little bit more cut up than it used to be. We're gonna have more interviews. They might just not be as long, but we're gonna have we're going to be going with some different product reviews and really trying to show you guys the focus of different types of products that you could use and new stuff that's coming out because, let's face it, there's new products coming out every single week by ADJ, by Chauvet.
It's true.
Ape lights, man. They are coming out the coolest
we saw those
things right now.
At the IDJ Now.
When we were at IDJ Now, they had the new lights and they
These
just
Ape
plug
lights,
in. Which is huge. I mean, you put it into the case.
I like the rod one that they have that you put on the facade.
And again, you go right into the case.
We're going to see if we could review those as well.
Oh, we are going to review them.
We are going to review those.
There is no if.
No, that's what's cool because we've been saying how we want to do the product reviews and work with the manufacturers and everything like that.
Here we are, dude.
And, we're getting there.
So as we were saying, we're in the heat of June. I mean, it's a lot. And the big thing about June, I feel like, versus other months I would say it's June and December. You do a lot of weekday work.
Definitely.
And, a lot of people, they're doing the bars and everything like that, which someday, they have their Wednesday nights or their, Thursday nights, whatever they are. But we have a lot of events during the week, as in, we have our corporate parties. Everyone's having fundraisers this time of the year for the PTA. And we have a lot of schools having carnivals and stuff like that. And then we also have proms during the week. We have one, we have one tonight, actually. So, are you ready for that? I don't know. You have your clothes with you, or are you going like that? I hope you're not going like that.
I mean,
don't get me wrong.
I gotta run home.
So it's just a very crazy time of the year, just because normally, you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but that means you have Monday to Thursday to kind of recoup, repack, re-energize. That should be a shirt. Just saying. That should definitely be
Don't steal that.
That's a DJ shirt. Well, luckily, no one's... Oh, just kidding. We're live. So that's fine. So that should definitely be a shirt, though, now that I'm sidetracked by that.
I like it.
Speaking of new things, the logo, dude. What do you think?
Yeah, new logo, guys.
New everything.
Big thanks to...
Rafe over at Musically
Rafe.
Dangerous. He did an awesome type. And it's different colors now, so it's like...
Yeah, if you guys saw on our Instagram, we leaked them.
Yeah, we're going to get mood rings. You know, how you feeling about Cuepoints today? Bright pink, you're feeling good. You know what I mean? It's Monday morning, you're probably tired from a long weekend, you're blue. You know, it is what it is. I'm in a good mood, man.
That actually wasn't the thought behind it. But
it wasn't the thought,
but I like it.
But hey, man, you gotta improv, and that's what we do a lot of the times.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, you're playing a dance set. Nobody's dancing. You play, a little bit of swing music. Grandma gets up, and
all
she just
else
starts everybody.
fails, always go to Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
By ABBA.
Well, who else would Dancing Queen be by?
Good point, I guess.
Actually, you had a pretty interesting event last week. So we actually had just started at the Allegria Hotel.
Yes.
In Long Beach. Really cool place. Really cool vibe.
It was beautiful.
We're there every Saturday.
It's right on the boardwalk in Long Beach.
Yeah. So what did you think of that? Because I mean, it's a kind of like a darty. It's a day party. Because we're there from 3 to 7.
Yeah.
So you're hitting it right before the dinner crowd's coming in.
It was definitely not the crowd that I was expecting. I was expecting maybe my age, maybe the 20s and 30s, but it was an older crowd.
Okay.
So I had to adjust a little bit.
Be a little versatile.
Some 70s and 80s, a little bit of 60s, and it went really well. Everybody had a great time.
It's definitely, I think what that's going to be is more of like a building structure, because now that they know you're there every week, it makes it a little bit easier.
we have to put our name out there.
Gotta get our name out there, man. That's what we do. But I think
it's like when you're a promoter for the nightclubs and everything. You just have to get your name out there.
I was never a promoter for a nightclub. Just kidding.
Don't lie. DJ Willie B.
We were talking with Brett not too long ago about all the teen nights. We have to make that a whole show.
Yeah,
I want to put a TV right here.
We're definitely.
I just want to show pictures of me in white pants and just oh man, dude.
For the sake of the viewers, let's not do that.
Hey man, listen, okay? I was in my prime, man.
No, that's funny.
My prime's passed. My prime was 16, man. 16 with a Sprite in my hand.
Oh man.
Dude, so DJ Barr is going to be coming on in a little bit. Really excited about that, because I actually really haven't spoken to him, but you have showed me a lot of his videos.
Yes, I've been watching him since I started with the gig logs.
And it's really interesting, actually, because if you type in, because we were looking at, some of the different products that we wanted to go over and review, and a lot of the time when we type them in, the first thing on the top is a DJ Barr video.
Yeah.
And he does a very good job. He's a really cool guy from what I've seen. So.
Super well known on YouTube. So
yeah, I mean, that's what you're the YouTube guy.
If you've ever looked up anything that has to do with DJing on YouTube, you've probably seen him. So it's a pleasure to have him on the show this week.
Dude, and then of course Brett's coming on. Brett's a buddy of mine. I mean, I might be a little bit
awesome guy.
Yeah, I'm a little. He's my dude. We've done a lot of good stuff together. Mostly BSing. I mean, we are just really good.
That's what this is about.
We have fun, man. Well, like I said, what do I always say this is?
What?
This is it's just hanging out in the elevator.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now we're at Crest Hollow. We're in the elevator, and we're trying to get my TVs in and your TVs out, and that's what the show is all about.
And we bump into each other.
Yeah. And
we get angry, and then we just BS.
It even happened this weekend. We were setting up over at Crest Hollow for a prom, and love Crest Hollow, so I can say that. So we're there, we're setting up, and a guy walks in the elevator, and he's just like, yeah, man, we just started chatting. I don't even know this guy. By the end, I know his name's Joe. I think his name's Joe. I don't remember if it was Joe. But we're just talking and everything like that. And it's just another cool dude. And I'd never heard of him, never met him before, and now it's another guy I know. And where did I meet him? In the back of a catering hall.
Like we say every week.
See, we do say that every week. I told you. So, and then I'm excited about these product reviews, man, because I know that's something that you've really looked up and stuff over the years.
Well, when we started the podcast, I really wanted to push that in the beginning, and we just never had the chance to.
Well, we talk a lot. What do you want to do? And we also didn't have
we've been doing a lot of talking. Now we could do a lot of.
We also didn't have the room.
Here's what we're working with.
We also didn't have the room. Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, it's not like we had all the room in the world. I mean, we have 4 panels. That's a lot of room. We could even move these. There's so much room for activities. For fighters.
For fighters.
Yeah. So we have so much room to work with now, and the professionalism of the set. Again, we got to thank GVP, because this is just such an awesome setup location we have. Nice storage area. Hey man, this set,
it's true,
man, though. It just makes me want to do more with the set, though. I want to build sidewalls and ceiling.
We're just in a cube.
I feel like if you put a top on this and sides on it, it's like a Star Wars battleship.
The NSYNC video.
Yeah.
Where they're in that white room.
We could totally film that. That would be.
That's basically what would happen.
But we got another busy weekend coming up. Because now, I mean, now obviously we have the proms, but now people are starting to graduate, obviously, so we're going to have the graduations.
We've already had a couple this year.
This week alone, we have a lot of, like, 5th grade graduations, things like that going on, a lot of photo booth stuff. And the photo booths with the 5th graders and all the elementary kids, it's crazy because there's just, like, 17,000 kids all trying to jam into one picture. That's why you always do the open booths because, they just are all over the place with everything. But they're watching it now and they're like, holy crap, this is a cool show. Where are they going to find us?
Cuepointspodcast.com.
Yeah, man.
Facebook and Instagram at Cuepoints Podcast.
Yeah, and I think, dude, we're going to start going live soon, I'm pretty sure. I really do think that we're just going to keep
raising the bar
for DJ Barr, who's coming on in a few segments, and I'm excited. And yeah, dude, and there's just so much cool stuff going on, man. It really is.
Lots of cool stuff.
There really is, and you've been doing a good job.
There's a lot in the works. I know we keep saying that, but now you can see what we've been working on.
Yeah, it's true. If we came out after all this time and there was nothing done,
we're still at LIU.
We added one uplight in the center. You know what I mean? Like that's what we added. Like, no, this is like a pretty big change for us. And also, like, you've never been on TV.
No,
because now I mean, it's not. It's still like a vlog style podcast, but like you got real. You got real cameras in front of you, multi-shot. There you go. Look, you just saw your face. I mean, this is like the real deal now, and I really do think people will be able to get a little bit better of an idea of what we're doing and how it changes. And yeah,
so, that's the name of the game.
So again, we're gonna be having DJ Barr on. DJ Brett is coming up from Pro DJ in just a few minutes, and during the breaks, we're actually going to be showing a couple of the really cool items that have come out, in the past 2 years.
For the first time, we're going to show you some equipment that we're working with, maybe that we'll review.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point.
I know we have coming up the Bluetooth uplights by Chauvet coming up, which are really cool. They have an excellent software program for your iPhone or your iPad, and I think they're on Android as well. And then we even have
the Ontour Ice.
The Ontour Ice machine, which we just bought and we've been using.
We used it on an event.
And it's really cool. So stay tuned. We are here at Cuepoints, the mobile DJ podcast. We'll be back right after this.
Get it? All right.
Woo!
Ladies and gents, welcome back to Cuepoints, the mobile DJ podcast. We are here with our special guest for the day,
Mr.
Brett
Brett
Jacob.
We don't have special effects yet, so.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was fun doing the second show ever at the Post location.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for a little television, a little live recording.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm really excited.
We stepped our
to talk
game up,
about
didn't
the
we?
fact that,
Oh, yeah, this is awesome.
Speaking of stepping his game up,
Feels
one
nice.
pad.
We got
two
no
pads.
pads.
I don't have a notepad. Apparently, I missed that memo.
Well, you're the comic relief. So.
Yeah, I throw the one-liners in there. We make it work. So, what's going on, man? So we were talking about how busy we were, and I'm assuming that you were no different.
This whole week was crazy. We had dance recitals. We had all sorts of events, and it's June. The weather's nice. And
yeah.
people are calling in as well, so we got to be ready in the office to answer the phone and book parties.
Right.
And, we're just happy to finally be working again because it was a slow season this year.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But, we were talking over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to figure out, we had you on before and we kind of went over, the grand scheme of things. But what's something, different that we could talk about? And the first thing that came to us was, things that irk us, like things that bother us.
Yeah.
So we were thinking an episode about things that DJs do that bother us.
Like the bad habits.
Bad habits.
Because we all have bad habits, and we all
Absolutely.
hopefully learn to correct them and do a little bit better and put our best performances out.
100% agree. So what's a bad habit? Like the first one, like you think of bad habit, the first thing that comes to mind.
I had to write a whole bunch down, but I think the number one bad habit that drives me nuts is DJs that chew gum while DJing. You chew before, you chew on your breaks, but while you're DJing and everyone's looking at you, you don't want to be smacking gum like a cow.
It just looks bad.
It's a bad look.
It's a really bad look. Like we're supposed to be, the top of the top, the cream of the crop.
I just saw it recently. That's why I had to bring it up
came
first.
To you?
It was the first thing on my mind because there's so many things that DJs.
And I mean, you want to talk about a DJ doing that? I mean, an MC even worse.
Oh, that's a whole nother.
I mean, that's
show.
a whole
If
nother
an MC
I've seen it before.
is chewing gum,
I've seen it before, man.
Yeah. Well.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you guys?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's not something that you should be doing.
It's not a good look. So I think the bad habits come from not using common sense.
I think
you
so.
have to apply common sense to everything you do. I tell everyone planning ahead is the most important thing
100%.
in the DJ or any business. You want to have control of your schedule and make sure all your staff is lined up and ready to come down and perform.
And that's a big problem that I think a lot of people have is the organizational skills, and that doesn't apply to just your wire bag. That applies to your staffing.
Oh yeah, they wait till last minute to get staff on board. They wait till last minute to send out information.
But to be honest, I don't think it's really that they're doing it on purpose.
No, it's a bad habit. It's procrastination.
It's their procrastination. It's just a poor,
I was a big procrastinator in college. I'd wait till the day before assignments were due to turn them in. But I learned that in the DJ business,
that don't work.
We all grew up that way, but in the DJ business, it doesn't work, and it causes a lot of undue stress.
Yeah. That's the big And what about you, Ant? Any what comes to mind when you think? Because you're a pretty, you're always early. You always got everything you need. What's something that really kind of irks you? A bad habit that you've seen from people maybe you've worked with?
I mean, usually when I work with other DJs, a bad habit that I hate is, I guess this goes back to being not prepared. When say we're doing a Sweet 16 and they don't have the candle list and they have to search each song while she's talking.
Get your music together.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. It's always
you have to.
I've had a lot of times
prepare.
where I'll send out the forms.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's your music list. Here's your candle lighting list. Your entrances, and then I get to the party, and they didn't print it out. Why?
Oh, they had no printer in because they weren't prepared.
Right.
It was a bad habit.
I know everyone likes to use their computer, but you're supposed to be DJing.
Yep.
You shouldn't have your phone out on this 8.6-inch size screen.
And the phone battery dies in the halfway through the candle lighting. You don't know where you're at.
Freaking print it out, man. And it makes it easier because then guess what? Check. Like, it's easy.
I do that all the time.
He always checks off everything.
As we have our notepads here, we're prepared.
I crossed out the name.
Whatever. I was emceeing. I wasn't the DJ. Leave me alone.
That's okay. Sure.
But for me, and this is a problem that I see more so happens with either you just don't care.
Yep.
Or you're just running late because you weren't early enough.
Or you don't know because you develop bad habits over time. No one showed you the way.
The area behind the booth. I hate when the wires are everywhere.
Cable management.
And that could also be an issue.
Yep.
If you have a microphone cable
or
crossing with a power cable.
Food and drinks galore.
Well, I'm sure. I love when somebody, a roadie or someone like that, decides to put their glass on my subwoofer.
Oh, yeah. And they get the,
And especially when it's white. Especially when it's a white speaker, more than anything.
It's ruined forever. And then you have to spend the whole day on Wednesday painting your speaker.
But I think it also comes down to when you don't own it, you don't care as much.
Well, it's not your stuff.
If you're given a car, you're not going to take as good of care of it as if you purchase it.
That's bad habits of roadies. They treat the equipment as if it's not their own, but at the end of the day, it makes more work for them.
Right, exactly, because then they're going to have to get there early or reopen up everything, or doing the cables wrong.
You know what? That makes me think of my favorite bad habit of all DJs, and a lot of people are guilty of this. They don't prepare their equipment ahead of time and check like their cable bags to make sure they have the proper amount of XLR wires, the proper amount of power wires, etc. 100%. And they trust the last person that went before them to use the equipment to put it back the right way. You have to literally go over every cable before every job.
Single bag from this weekend,
and make sure it's there, and make sure it all came back, and
to make sure. Yeah. Absolutely. What's another one you got on your list?
When the DJs don't check the room when they leave the venue, when the party's all over, you're in a rush to pack up, and you got to do what's called the idiot check. You got to go back in the room, flip over tablecloths, look under the tables, because you leave one wire there, it's $20. You do that 10 times, it's $200, and that's a cheap item.
But that's something that you think about. They think, it's just one cable.
Well, I learned that over the many years, and many times going back to the venue on a Monday or Sunday morning, like, oh man, I left my front board, or the roadie left this. You know, you have to check everything as it comes back and goes back in the van.
It boggles my mind, but at the same time I understand it. But it goes again to the ownership value.
Oh yeah.
You know, if it's not yours, for some reason a lot of people put less of a value on it.
It's very difficult to instill ownership in people that don't have ownership.
It is, and Anthony and I have talked about this before. Unless you have a certain, invested interest other than your wage, you don't seem to care.
You know what helps? Checklists. We have checklists in our warehouse and in the vans where they can make sure they have every piece. And it's not perfect.
You should always check the truck before you leave.
Yeah, I made checklists that do check in and check out. Just try to make sure that
even if there is like a logistics guy or a project manager or whatever, you should still check the truck before you leave.
And check it twice.
And then check it again.
You know what's been a big issue lately? I just read a bunch of reviews on other DJs' pages about this. Cleanliness. Hygiene. Yeah. Showering before. You get back late after sweating on a Friday and you just show up at that Saturday gig and you didn't shower and maybe put some Axe spray on and didn't shave and look appropriate. Right. I've seen reviews of people calling the DJ homeless.
DJ homeless.
Yeah. Do you laugh? Or the DJ smelled like BO, and at your wedding day you don't want to stand next to a homeless looking DJ with body odor.
And I'm really kind of I don't wear the same suit 2 days in a row.
That's the other thing.
Like a lot of people, they have one suit.
Yep.
And they wear it for they wear it for a single, a double, and then a single.
Or the whole month of June, and then by the end of June, it's all wrinkled and they look disheveled.
And don't get me wrong, dry cleaning it's expensive. It adds up and everything.
But it's a habit you got to get into.
You got to get into
keeping your clothes clean, keeping your appearance fresh.
And that same goes for facial hair or anything. Listen,
except on Mondays. Mondays is a DJ holiday, and
exactly.
We don't have to shave. And
exactly. But you should.
I shaved for the show.
People have beards.
Someone
you can have a beard. That's
absolutely.
Cool. As long as it looks clean. I've had DJs in the past that worked for me for years, and they had a really big beard. Wasn't clean. It was just not attractive of a beard.
Out of control.
I had to tell him.
There was a bird living in it.
I had to tell him the truth. I said, listen, he knows how I feel about it, and he can only go on certain gigs. I can't send him to a wedding.
Yep.
It's not because he's not a good DJ.
But that's a personal style choice.
It is a
and you might lose some business over it, but
if they understand that, you're not just doing it behind their back, and they understand that.
Communication's key with all the bad habits of all your DJs that you work with or have to work.
I'm a very upfront guy. Yep. I'll tell somebody, listen. You're kind of disappointing me.
You smell. You need to shower.
Yeah, you're stinky.
No, but
you're the stinky
I just always expect that if I say something about it and I'm honest with you, by next shift it should not be an issue.
You hope. You can only hope.
But it should because it's not like I came out of nowhere and said, "Dude, you're not working anymore. You're done. Like you smell bad."
But you're being the parent figure in that case.
And you have to be to a lot of these people because honestly, man, a lot of these people act like kids.
You got to tie your shoes and put a belt on to keep your pants up.
Dude, you know how many times I've had that where people don't have a belt?
I have a wardrobe in my garage for all the DJs that forget the belts, their shirts. It's important.
It's really important.
That's pretty smart. I mean, it's sad you have to do it, but
but that's
it's really
that's why we're talking about the bad habits.
And they become a habit, and this can honestly be a whole show.
Oh yeah,
it's just bad things that we've seen, But I mean, I really do think the biggest ones is obviously hygiene. Just be organized, keep yourself clean, and also be respectful, not only to yourself, but to the company they're working at, and to your clients.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well with others. Play nice with others is a big
Play nice with the maitre d's. Play nice with the catering.
Especially the venues. You're in their house.
Right.
And you want to, make them happy. Otherwise, you won't be invited back.
At the end of the day, I'm walking into somebody else's place. Doesn't matter what I think.
You know what drives me nuts? I just had a phone call on Friday. Can you go to a hole that was 5 minutes from my house? I need a jump pack to jump my car. Maintaining your vehicles is another bad habit of a lot of DJs because we're so busy with the music and the equipment that you forget to have a battery jumper in your car.
There's a bit, there's a lot of, that's what you have to have these
Make sure you have your oil change. Check your tire pressure. Because if you can't get to the event with your car, you're doing yourself a real disservice. You're going to miss the event.
And all of these things add one thing more than anything.
Yes.
Extra stress.
We are trying to minimize stress.
I feel like some people aren't, though. I feel like some people don't do that. I feel like some people just like to live in stress. They show up 30 minutes before an event. Anthony and I get there, even for basic, we're there an hour 15 before. I don't want to be stressed.
Yeah, and they're missing stuff, and then they're freaking out. And
they forgot a mic. You know what I mean?
That's when the gray hair starts popping out.
They forgot their backup mic. They don't have anything. But, Brett, I want you cool with sticking around for the rest of the show?
Yeah, you know what? I got, nothing to do till later, so I want to hang out with you guys.
So who do we got coming on, Ant?
We got DJ Barr.
DJ Barr is going to be coming on. Very excited.
Rugama.
What is it?
Bayardo Rugama.
Ooh, you should say that. I feel like that's
Spanish
like a really
name.
cool phrase.
I don't know if that's right, though, so I'm not going to say it.
Well, you already said it once, and it was on TV. It was on the cameras.
I'm going to say DJ Barr.
We'll double it. It's okay.
Cuepoints Mobile DJ Podcast. We are here for the first official show at GVP Studios. We're going to take you guys out.
Isn't it beautiful?
Woo!
It's really nice.
And we will be back with DJ Barr in just a few minutes. Got another couple cool things coming up for you guys. We'll see you again real soon.
Hey guys, this is Gio from iDJ and I'll bring you a new product from ProX, the GlowPro MK2 LED facade. And in this video, we're going to show you how easy it is to put it together and to take it apart. So check it out. that was the GlowPro MK2 LED facade by ProX. If you have any questions, please visit our website at idjnow.com or visit one of our New York showrooms.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back to Cuepoints, the mobile DJ podcast.
Yeah, we are.
So, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
No, we're not.
Getting through the bar.
No, you know what we're doing? You know what we're doing, man?
What's that?
We're doing exactly what DJs do, and we're making it work.
Yes.
No matter what. Because let me ask you, what happens when you put the father right next to the dance floor, and you said, all right, the father-daughter dance is coming up, and then he decides to walk out and have a cigar?
Or he goes to the bathroom for 20 minutes.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're actually gonna start with our review, and I know you've used these things before too.
Yeah, these things are awesome.
So we are starting with our Chauvet Freedom H1s. All right. The first thing I want to say about these things is I'm a caseaholic.
Oh yeah.
These have cases. These individual things have cases.
Everything he owns
these
has
have
a
cases.
case.
The lights all have cases. The cool thing about these lights, I don't gotta buy a case.
They came with the case.
They actually come with a charging
That
case
has a charger inside.
that has, and they're actually like built out for them, and everything's in here, and it's also it comes with also an area for the IRC. So it's just a really cool case. I'm gonna put that down.
So you got 4 in a pack.
4 in a pack, and they come
And
in
it charges
black.
in the bag.
And they come in black or white, which is also really cool.
We like the white one.
And I mentioned earlier that the actual, we're lighting the set right now with accent lighting from these lights.
2 up there, right there.
Which is very cool because of the fact that they can hang by magnet.
Yeah, so they're just like attached to the ceiling right now. So you're telling
Literally,
me...
I'm just, I mean, we can't do it on here. I mean, you're not going to get it, but bang, you could just put it right up there.
And they're strong, that's safe?
It's really, yeah, they're hanging right there, and there's no extra attachment or anything like that. It's just a very, very cool little feature.
And they're light, too.
And they're very light. It's very cool. And you've worked with these things a good amount.
Yes, they're super easy.
You know.
Super easy. They got the magnet on the bottom, so if you have it up lighting a truss, sticks right onto
Right. Yeah, which is really cool because you can do it either vertical on the top or the bottom plate.
Now what if they're up in the ceiling and you need to change the color?
So they are DeFi compatible.
Oh,
so if you can hook these up right into your program that you're already using.
That's what we usually do. We
whether it's
use these with the Show Express.
So they're 12 channel, which is pretty cool. The one really awesome thing about these guys is they're also black light, and they also have amber, which is really nice.
You gotta have amber.
You have to have amber. And I mean, we can just, if you want to throw it back on here, just so you can even see, I mean, these things are pretty powerful.
It's very bright in here right now.
Yeah,
so.
it's really bright in here.
Yeah.
So all
That's
the
a
different
nice
colors.
amber.
Yeah, it's a really nice amber. I mean, you get a nice color for what you're working with.
This day and age, if you don't have a true white and a true amber in your light, you're
you
doing
really
yourself a
have to.
disservice.
Like again, we have true white on us right now. You have all your basic, Chauvet. You have your different types.
Well, Halloween
There you
there.
go,
Look
man.
at me.
You can tell a campfire story.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
You have your
exactly.
sound activated, so they follow the same premise of the other Chauvet
You know what
lights.
these are great for? The ceremony. When you have the bride and groom getting married, you can put one on either side of where they're getting married, light up the flowers,
Right.
and no wires, no plugs.
They got, and the nice thing about these guys is I feel like it's a blessing and a curse. So these guys have a small little plug-in for your regular power. So they aren't big enough to have your regular power plug that goes in like your normal lights, your universal cables. So the fact is they last 8 hours.
That's plenty.
So I mean, but again, what does this come back to?
Being prepared.
Being prepared. Your lights charged, or are you showing up with 1 bar?
Yeah.
Because if you're showing up with 1 bar,
You can't have
not
4
gonna
hours
last
of
the
run
party.
time for a 4-hour event and expect it to, make it to the end and not a bad
And obviously, again, it's rated for 8 hours on multicolor. That could vary. So you always just want to make sure you have backups of them. Again, they come in black and white, but they're really cool and they work really well. As far as accent lighting, I've tried to use them for regular room lighting, as far as uplighting.
You need more.
It's nothing
It's just
wrong
not-
with the light.
it's not
just
powerful
that's not
enough.
what it's made
Yeah.
for.
It's not what it's made for.
This
You know what I mean?
is.
What about a disco
It's
ball?
an accent.
Point them at a
lighting
disco
light.
ball.
Yeah, you could absolutely do it. You put
yeah.
one on your
Mirror ball
side.
effect.
It's
feeling?
basically almost like a pin spot.
Right? It's like a pin
It's
spot.
very much like a pin spot.
It's not
and actually, this
directed
guy,
as a pin
you can
spot,
actually
but-
open this right up,
I was wondering what that did.
and you can actually, there's
This
a
is
little
a magnet that comes
You
off.
could take this guy off, and now it's a little more powerful. This is basically just a diffuser
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that they
that's a
have right
beam.
inside. You can put that right back on, and then this guy goes.
And you can order all sorts of diffusers, cut
Yeah,
them, and put them
different
in
colors,
there, and then have
exactly.
different beam spreads and softness values.
Exactly. So No, it's a very cool light, and again, I love Chauvet.
They make the best stuff.
I mean, their Freedom series are really good.
It lasts forever.
Yeah, I mean, I have
built like a tank.
I have the quads, so they work very well together. The only difference really is these are 12 channel, those are 10.
Yep.
So you have a little bit of difference there. But as long as you're programming prior, you don't have any issues. I mean, and Ant now knows a lot of the programming as well, because I was kind of like, hey, here's the laptop, here's how you plug them in.
Here's
I can't be
Show
here.
Express, go for it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a pretty. I mean,
It's the only way to learn is to do it.
Once you kind of sit there and, because when I first opened up, Show Express, I was like, how do you do this?
You're making
but once
talk to each other?
Yeah. You get a light. You get a light. We all get lights.
Maybe that's like 3 years down the road when we have the studio audience sitting down.
We all get underneath all their seats?
Yeah, we can. Cool everybody look under your seats. You're going to get a nice H1.
Dude,
like an Ellen type thing.
And they're very,
like Oprah.
And they're very affordable. I mean, we're talking $500 in that range.
For the 4-pack?
It's around there.
With the charger and the case.
It comes with everything together. I mean, you really can't beat that price.
And it's an easy upsell. You can add this on, pin spot the cake, pin spot the ceremony.
They're great for accent lighting.
I like to pin spot the gift box because then you get more people putting money in the gift box.
So actually, right now, Guitar Center Sweetwater and Full Compass, they're all going actually for $630. They're a little more expensive, but that's in white.
Yep.
The white seems to be about $50 difference.
The white is more expensive?
Yeah, the white's a little bit more. Which, you know what, though? I understand. I mean, I like everything to be white. I mean, that's just... white is just more attractive.
With most companies, when you're selling a white package, it's a little more expensive.
Yep.
It should be. It should be.
And there's a little bit more maintenance. You have to paint things white and keep them painted white.
Because a lot of things aren't made in white yet. You know what I mean? Like, most speaker lines aren't made in white. The more powerful ones, I should say.
The good ones.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to QSC, the only ones that come in white are the line array.
Yeah.
Which, you don't necessarily need a line array for a 50th birthday.
But you don't want a black speaker with like a white garbage bag, just like you don't want a black light with a white garbage bag over it.
Hold on, you don't like garbage bags?
Well, not at classy events.
No, I don't like them at all. But I mean, listen, the stretchables. I mean, I guess they serve a purpose.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, everyone does have to start somewhere.
Plus, lights generate heat, so you don't want to be covering them with covers.
That's another thing.
And the other really important thing, and this just goes the grand scheme of uplights, is there are a lot of Chinese companies.
Oh yes.
I get the Facebook messages all the time from Xing Zhang.
Please buy from us.
I got one for like an LED like dance floor the other day.
I've seen people that say they work great and everything. I've also seen, because they don't have the proper components, they can blow up.
Yeah, we've heard stories of people's houses literally burning down from the uplights being charged.
I have seen pictures of the entire case that went up in flames.
The whole storage unit went up in flames.
I mean,
you lost all your gear.
Not Chauvet though.
No, Chauvet is good.
Well, that's why we buy Chauvet.
Let's clarify
Chauvet, ADJ, like these are companies that
reputable.
are
They've been around
companies.
for a long time.
And you know what? Guess what? Yeah, they are a little more expensive.
Peace of mind.
You know what I mean? They definitely
and reliability.
You could go right now. I'm sure you can go to one of these Chinese companies and everything like that, and you can get the same light. Instead of being whatever it is, $100 each.
When I first bought uplighting, I cheaped out. I bought Chinese uplights as samples, and they had issues, and I opened them up, and I found there were toothpicks used as spacers to separate the motherboard. And the motherboard touched and shorted the thing out and was garbage.
Wow.
But toothpicks are an acceptable form of construction
I've
material.
heard the alternative to that is,
you save money.
The materials are cheaper to get if you need to replace something. Whereas these lights are a little bit more expensive to fix. You have to send them back and everything like that. But again,
it won't burn your house down.
What product do you want to send out though? Can you rely on it or can you not rely on it?
Yep.
It's a very.
Ultimately, you're getting what you pay for.
Absolutely.
But the problem is a lot of people, they're okay with spending less, but getting the level. Like the three of us, we're more perfectionists. I spend money on things that I know in no way in hell the client's gonna see.
I call it false economy when you're spending less money on things that you need to keep for 10 years that have to be reliable, that are the forefront of your business. Yeah. Like when these things are out at the ceremony and one of them dies because it's not a good quality one and only half the ceremony is lit up, it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
That's a reflection on you.
And again, we're not doing, I always compare everything that we do to like working at Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. I mean, these people have one event.
People's lives.
They're not getting married 3 or 4 times in their life, hopefully. They're getting married one time. And the last thing they need is in their pictures and their memories that, oh yeah, remember real quick when like my my fireworks didn't go off and they were supposed to,
or when the uplight was,
my dry ice machine didn't work.
Sparking in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my uplights went on fire. It was a really cool pyro show, but the pyro they made us pay for the place.
I don't know if your insurance will cover that. If your uplight sets the venue on fire because you bought a uncertified.
It probably wouldn't because they're not certified.
Yeah.
So you're probably right. And again, it's just. It's very easy for us to understand, but I feel like a lot of people are like, it's a waste of money when I can get it cheaper.
They see the dollar signs and they see
I feel like that's
the cheap price.
I feel like that's in anything, though. Literally in anything, you could say the same thing.
You buy the cheap car, and then you end up putting thousands into it to make it work.
Was it worth it?
Reliable
you could have gotten the nice car that had the AC.
And no stress.
Right. Instead of having to put an AC unit and duct tape it into your window and call it a day.
That's why Chauvet is where it's at.
I mean, I'm a very big Chauvet fan.
These things feel like so solid. They're like little chunks of metal.
And that's why I was surprised.
I thought they'd be plastic.
And I'm surprised being that they're so solid that they hold up in the ceiling so well. But we haven't been hitting the head yet, and they're above us. So
no, they've been up there like all morning.
They've been up there for a couple hours now.
And they've been on the whole time.
Yeah, I have.
And they're bright.
They were fully charged. And the nice thing is, as far as in the case goes with the charger, they're red when they're charging. They turn green. Indicator. There's a nice indicator, so you don't have to worry. And then just like the regular Chauvet lights, they do have 4 bars on the LED bracket itself that show you how much power they have between 0% and 100.
How long did it take to charge them up full? 6 hours, 8 hours?
That's 6 to 8 hours, I'd say.
So you're not waking up the day of an event and doing this. This needs to be done the night before.
And again, just a disclaimer, obviously, you want to make sure you have the case open. You don't ever want to charge anything with a closed case. Just another precaution, because it doesn't matter if they're certified or not. If you're building up that heat, it could cause something to happen. So you always want to make sure. There's a big sign actually right inside of it that says "Do not charge when closed."
And don't charge them while they're on. Charge them while they're
exactly. Charge them when they're off. Take care of your life. If you're going to spend all the money, you might as well. But again, at $629, it's a very good deal.
It's a good investment.
I agree.
It's a great investment.
They're very versatile lights.
But as long and just know what they're for.
Yep.
They're great as accent lighting, as pin spots, and to light up maybe small cocktail tables. I wouldn't recommend this series to do wall lighting.
These are spotlights.
But as far as ceiling accent lighting, pin spots, anything like that, really an awesome thing to come up with. But I think we have DJ Barr on.
Yes, DJ Barr is online. We will be bringing him on in just a few moments.
So I'm very excited. Brett's going to be sticking around again.
I'm hanging out with DJ Barr. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So again, the Freedom H1s, I would definitely check them out if this is the type of product that you're looking for. Very cool. Awesome, guys. Brett, thanks so much for coming to hang out.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. The Cuepoints Mobile DJ Podcast. We'll be back after this.
We're here to give you a brief overview and run through of the PS1 XL. We'd assume at this stage that you've already part assembled the PS1 XL, 4 bolts at the bottom and 4 bolts at the top. They're assembled by either using the M8 bolt or the M8 thumb bolts, which simply insert into the top of the unit, and they go through into the threaded receiving part, which is fixed into the top and bottom plates. These should be affixed firmly into place but do not over tighten, causing damage to the unit. The supplied brace support bars will give extra support when used at extended heights, simply fitted to the top and bottom of the PS1 as shown. To adjust the height of the unit, simply pull out the spring loading mechanism on all 4 legs as shown. Once these are in the open position, you simply adjust the PS1 to the height that you require. Drop one pin into place, move so it fits the locator. The other pins are then located back into position and the PS1 is ready to use. Supplied non-slip foam pads can be attached to the top plate of the stand. Simply remove the protective backing and affix onto the top plate. This is useful for large lighting effects or speakers placed on the stand. We also supply a 35mm pole mount top hat adapter for placing larger speakers onto the PS1 XL. You place the adapter over the hole in the top plate and use either the thumb bolt, or you can use the standard M8 bolt to fix into position. To ensure the PS1 XL is as versatile as possible, both white and black scrims are included within the package. These are pre-treated and are fire retardant. You can wipe, hand or machine wash the scrims, but they must be retreated with a fire retardant treatment afterwards. Cutouts are at the bottom and also at the top of the PS1 XL for carrying. The top cutout also has a dual purpose. You can use the included hook and loop ties for cable management and attach DMX and power cables along the back part of the frame and up through the top cutout for a neat and tidy solution for your cables. At the end of your event, you pat down the unit by releasing the 4 spring-loaded pins and lowering to its minimum height, and lock back into position. You then have the option to transport the unit complete using the cutout handles or by the middle part of the frame. Alternatively, you can remove the bolts from the top and bottom plates and pack away using the supplied bags.
Hey, welcome back to Cuepoints, the Mobile DJ Podcast.
What is up, man? Are you ready?
We had a great segment on the H1s.
Oh, yeah.
And now it is time to bring on the one, the only, DJ Barr.
What is up, man?
No problem. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah, so why don't you introduce yourself to the people who may not know you from YouTube or anything like that?
So my name is DJ Barr. I make videos. I make videos on YouTube. I'm also a DJ, do clubs, I do weddings. That's pretty much it.
Good enough.
How did you get into the whole reviewing thing? Because I was saying earlier in the show that, you know, when I was looking up different products and everything, honestly, most of the products, your video was the first thing that came up.
I actually, when I started YouTube, I didn't actually go in with the intentions to do that.
And so tell me how you kind of found DJ Barr and kind of how you started talking to him.
When I started the gig logs, I never really watched any. Like, I saw 1 or 2, but I didn't follow anybody.
Okay.
So I had started them. I was a couple in, and I found DJ Barr, and I really like what he was doing. Yeah, you were one of the big, like, the gig loggers that I was watching, and I've learned a lot from your videos, and I see a lot of other people that make the gig logs that sort of are following in your footsteps. So how's that, like, influencing people? And
no worries. We seem to be having a little bit of an issue with this audio. No problem at all. He'll get
Sorry
back on there.
Skype technology.
yeah,
I was getting a lot of feedback here.
This is why we don't Skype in and DJ remotely, because it'll just never
That'd
works.
be great, man. Just stay in bed. Just
Rock
DJ
parties
really
and nightclubs without actually leaving the house.
That'd be
Just
cool.
remote in and have a camera on the dance floor. Virtual DJ, but really.
But actually virtually
Yeah.
DJ. That'd be pretty sick.
Well, in 10 years, holographic DJs are going to be the next.
you think?
Yeah.
You think it'll go that
You're
far?
going to go to the club, the DJ's going to be floating in the middle above the crowd, and it's going to be a hologram. And the DJ's really going to be in his like basement or something of his mom's house.
So, and what's one of the coolest DJ videos you've seen that he's made that really kind of like was like, oh wow, that stood out?
I mean, ultimately, I love the gig logs that he makes. The more recent ones, he's got an elegant, nice white setup with the JBL speakers and everything. I like the product reviews. He does them, and Brandon Havrilla does them. And
You'll have to get him back on
it's
too,
just-
actually, for one of these.
It's awesome content.
That's very cool.
Okay. Very helpful to DJs that don't know what to do and are just starting out and they need to go online and go on YouTube and
well, that's why
have people like that and have people
started
like you.
to do them, because I wanted to show the whole process.
Yeah, and you've done pretty well, man. I mean, over 800 subscribers now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
with my own equipment, I haven't really evolved that much. But working with you, I could show off more. And
use it all, please.
You got to start somewhere, because when you start, you don't have a lot of equipment, you don't have a lot of knowledge.
Exactly.
But if you just do it and you start your YouTube and you start reviewing, it snowballs and leads to another and another, and you get a following, and big things happen.
Right. And we have plenty of equipment between. So tell us a little bit about yourself. We got a couple minutes to talk, so tell us how you kind of got into this and what the next step is for you.
So when I started YouTube, it was never the intentions to actually go out and make YouTube videos. It was more or less the intention I wanted to just make videos. I had no intentions back DJ related. My intention was to make something fun to watch. That was the end goal. It was never to make like a YouTube video.
Yeah, so there was like a travel thing that you were like doing for a while. You would vlog your adventures. That
was it. I just wanted to kind of film my life, kind of thing. It was never the intention. Oh, I want to make DJ tutorials or do product reviews or anything like that. That stuff kind of came on accident. I never sought out to do that. It kind of happened by accident.
Well, here we are now, and I mean, I'm sure you're happy it did happen, right? Yeah, I know you have multiple connections now with different manufacturers that you work with, and they really send you the products to review and everything like that. So you do your weddings and you do your clubs. Where's really the niche that you find that is, really your sweet spot?
Really, I like doing the weddings, and then I like posting. I can honestly say I get more enjoyment of posting a video than I do actually DJing. I actually started a YouTube channel because I was getting away from DJing. I was kind of just over it. I was DJing a lot. I was working like 7 days a week, pretty much working at bars and clubs, and I was just burnt out on the whole thing. I was just like, I feel like it's so repetitive. And then I started, and I noticed that they kind of like seeing the gigs and things like that. So I was like, let me do a couple more of these, and maybe they'll get views. I was just chasing views, with all honesty. I was like, okay, it seems like people want to see more of these DJ videos, so I do a lot of gigs. We filmed them.
Awesome. Yeah, you're giving the people what they want.
Now, I still enjoy more of the hosting side of things than I do actual DJing.
Okay, and another question that goes along those lines, sort of. I know you are a bilingual MC as well. Right. So would you prefer that sort of thing, or do you like DJing more? Or do you like the one-man shows? Like what's your opinion on that?
That's kind of funny. I didn't really know I was like an MC, sort of say, until people started telling me. Because of the YouTube channel, most of my audience is based. So a lot of things hired me to do MC work, but I never really saw myself as like, an MC. I kind of was like, here's a bride and groom. Them. I guess I didn't put much thought to it. That's, I think, the biggest issue that I see with most people. They like overthink it. I think they have to go out there for some sort of speech. I'm just like, welcome everybody. It's bride and groom. It's really not rocket science. I feel like a lot of people think it. You do get better as you go along, but I mean, as far as bilingual, just being in English, it's all the same. It's much keeping it short and sweet and not trying to go out there and sort of steal the show. I think you're delivering a speech or something like that. It's supposed to be fun.
Very cool. So DJ Barr, where can we find you on social media? And give us all your credentials, man.
Pretty much everything. If you just look up DJ Barr, I should pop up on YouTube. Look up DJ Barr. If you on Instagram, DJ Barr.
Google him.
Pretty much
just Google.
Very good, man. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for coming on, taking the time to speak to us, and definitely check out DJ Barr's videos online. They're really awesome. And again, thanks so much for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate that.
No problem, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Our first
Thank you,
Skype
guys.
guest. That was awesome.
Yeah, that
man,
was the first.
We're getting there, man. Like I said, it's every week. It's just gonna get better and better. We're getting some really cool guests on.
Bigger and bolder and better every day.
That's it, man. That's all we gotta do. So, Brett, one more time, where can we find you online? And all your.
I'm Brett Jacob at NY Pro DJ, and it is Pro DJ Productions. And if you'd like to hit me up and ask me some questions, shoot me a message and say hi, and I'll be happy to chat.
Yeah, I will say you are one of the people that a lot of people have like, oh, what do I do in this situation?
I get a lot of phone calls.
We can't give all the secrets away.
I don't give secrets away,
Right.
but I do like to chat every now and then. Meet new people and network. It's what this business is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Find who we click with.
We have a small circle that we'll interchange, but I mean, I love when people just reach out and like, what would you do in this situation?
Nice people in a respectful way. We're always happy to talk.
100%. Anthony, where can they find us online?
You can find us at cuepointspodcast.com.
Yeah, you can.
We have the forum on there, so make sure you sign up.
You become a
That's where we
Cuepoints
talk
member.
about all the topics and everything. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Cuepoints Podcast. We upload the content there. Also on YouTube, Anthony Garcia DJ Vlogs.
Yeah, over 800 subscribers now, man. You're killing it. This is episode 13, so we're well on our way now. We're approaching, we're almost halfway to 20. We're over halfway to 20. What am I saying? My math's terrible. So now we're going to be back with another exciting episode next week.
Yes.
Same space.
We do have something to ask of you. If you like the show, please let us know. Drop a comment or send a DM.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like our new setup, our new studio.
Let us
And
know
if you
what
have
think of the setup.
questions, ask questions for us to ask. We'd love to have some questions.
Please ask some questions.
What do you want to hear? What do you want to see?
I want to see it all, baby. Cuepoints, the mobile DJ podcast, live from GVP Studios. We will be here every single week. Make sure to come check it out. We'll see you guys again real soon. Peace. Awesome.